Hey guys, thank you for tuning into my channel, Fish Aquarium Depot. My name's Bay, and what I want to talk to you today about is setting up your very own freshwater aquarium. So, the reason why I wanted to do this video with you guys today is because over the past year or so, we've all been faced with this global pandemic. A lot of people have been living lives under a lot of stress, anxiety, so forth, health issues. And one of the ways to combat this is by owning your very own freshwater aquarium. The tranquil serenity of having one in your home or office can actually lower your heart rate, reduce levels in stress and anxiety, reduce blood pressure, and overall make you a little bit more healthy. On top of that, they're really awesome to look at. So, without further ado, guys, let's get started with your freshwater aquarium. All right, guys. As you can see, I've got all my equipment ready here. I've got the my filter here, which I'm gonna have to give it a good cleaning. Water conditioner. Got some replacement cartridges, and well, this stuff here, guys, I got only because I plan on putting some fish in here in this tank sooner or later. Probably some cardinal tetras or something small, maybe some guppies or something like that, and got that water care kit just to speed up some of that beneficial bacteria in my tank, get the water cycling a little bit faster. Um, and then I got this little air pump here. It's just for water filtration. And also, guys, believe it or not, I got some driftwood. I found this just nature trailing, and grabbed a couple of pieces. Thought it looked nice in my aquarium. You know, the key to this is you gotta boil these for at least an hour or so. I already took the time and did mine, but gotta boil these up um, before you stick them in your tank. Get all any unwanted dirt and dust and toxins out of them. So you don't add that to your tank water. I also got us here some Carib Sea Echo Complete. We're gonna use that as my substrate. You can't see it now. I got some pebbles down, some rocks that are gonna go down on top of that substrate as well. But yeah, all of that's gonna go into this bad boy right here, my 11.5 gallon tall. And yeah, let's get started. All right, guys. So one of the first things you're going to want to do is clean your substrate. If you're one of those people where you go to your local PetSmart or Petco, grab a bunch of rocks and think, oh, they're already in a bag, they must be all right, I'm gonna just dump them right into my aquarium and they'll be fine. Absolutely not. You want to make sure you remove anything from that may be sitting on your substrate, any dust particles, dirt, grime, toxins, what have you. You want to make sure you give your rocks a good rinsing before you stick them in your tank. A good efficient way to do that, you can utilize actually your fish net is like a kind of like a strainer. That's what I've done here. I've just scooped up a couple of rocks here in my net here, and we're gonna take just some basic tap water. These rocks I got from PetSmart, by the way. Real cheap, 20 pound bag of just some basic pebbles. Less for 20 bucks at PetSmart. But you want to just take them and rinse them off real good. Maybe even take your hand and grind up the rocks a bit. But just give them a good rinse. Make sure there's nothing on them. And then you move on to the next step of your aquarium tank setup. But I've already gave these rocks a good rinsing, so that's about as much as I'm gonna do here, and we can get moving on to the next step. So let's begin by giving your tank a good scrub down. Find yourself a cloth or an old rag. Um, and you're just going to use water to wipe down the insides and the outsides of your tank. You want to use water and no chemicals, no detergents of any kind, no soaps, because you don't want to introduce any of those toxins into your water. So just take a basic rag that you don't plan on using again, some old rag that you can dedicate solely to your aquarium and maintenance. That way you won't ever have to risk introducing any bad chemicals into your fresh tank water. Uh, Give it a good wipe down. It'll leave streaks, but don't worry about it because they'll go away with time. Once you fill the tank up with water, you shouldn't see those streaks anymore. Give it a good wipe down and you should be all set. All right, guys. Now we want to introduce into our tank our substrate. I've got some carob C here, organic substrate. Comes with everything you need. It's got the conditioners already in it. Tons of beneficial things for your plants and so forth. We're just gonna scoop this out and dump it right into the tank. There's gonna be no need for rinsing or cleaning off any of this because, like I said, it already comes with its own little biochemical necessities in the bag already. So let's go ahead and dump this into our tank. So you want to take your substrate and kind of just sprinkle it along the edges, all along, just to start off your base. And you're going to keep going around with it until you fill the bottom of your tank with substrate. All right, guys, now that your substrate is in, you want to just even it all out. You know, this would be the point in time if you wanted to make some hills with it. Do whatever kind of aquascaping that you like with your substrate or gravel. Do that now that you have it in. If you want to add another layer of sand or rocks or what have you, this would be the time to put it in. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add some decoration to my tank. I got some driftwood that I've boiled for a couple of hours and then let soak in some water before I putting it in my tank. You want to make sure you get all the negative ions and toxins and whatever out of your driftwood before placing it inside of your tank. I've already gone ahead and done all that, so let's get started with decorating this bad boy. All right, guys, here I got my driftwood that I'm gonna use for my aquascaping. Again, all of it, you must boil your driftwood before you place it in your water, just to make sure you get all the negative ions and chemicals that may be sitting in or on your wood. You want to just make sure none of that is getting into your water. So boil it for at least an hour, and then I let it soak before I place it in my fish tank. These I've already done it, so let's go ahead and do some aquascaping in our fish tank. So now we've got our equipment that we need to attach to our aquarium. This is a HOB hang-on back filter from Aqueon. Same brand as my aquarium here. We're just gonna go ahead and attach this along with the rest of our equipment to the aquarium. All right, guys, so we got our aquascaping done how we want it. We got our equipment all installed in there, everything in. Now the last thing to do is add your water. Normally, I'll add my conditioner to my water before I place any of it into my fish tank. Since there aren't any fish in here, it's a brand new setup. I'm not going to worry about that right now. The water conditioner or dechlorinator, what have you, you can get these things anywhere, any pet store, Petco, PetSmart, what have you. You can find these things anywhere. They're fairly cheap. God knows what I paid for this, but normally I pour in my conditioner and follow the instructions that are labeled on the bottle, guys. But normally I put in my water conditioner before I place it into the tank. As I said, this tank doesn't have any fish in it. Not going to worry about conditioning the water right away. You should have at least one bucket in order to transfer your water into your tank. I've got about 1,000,000 of them all over my house from all the aquariums I own. This is just one of the spare ones, actually. But you're going to need at least one bucket in order to transfer your water into your tank. Or if you've got a long enough hose, you can attach it to your faucet and simply just pour the water right into your aquarium. Now, if you've done some grand aquascaping inside of your tank and you don't want to disturb all of that going on when you pour in your water, take a little bowl or a saucer like this, place it down into your tank and pour your water directly down into it. That way, you don't disturb what's going on in your tank, you don't disturb any of your setup, and you don't splash around all of your substrate. Now, if you've used the carob sea substrate, you'll notice that your water's now become all murky and cloudy. You know, no worries, that'll dissipate over time. What we want to do now is turn on all of your equipment, your filter, your heater, all of that good stuff. Turn all that on and let's get the cycling process going. So, as you can see, guys, we gave it some time and now our water's cleared up a little bit. What we want to do now is add our solutions to it. We want to introduce some dechlorinator, water conditioner, and some beneficial bacteria to help cycle out this water so we can get some fish in here right away. All right, so let's do that next. All right, guys, so we've completed this tank setup. We've got your water in there. As you can see, I let it sit for a while. The water's cleared up a bit. And then you could also use some like aqua clear or something like that to clear out your water if it's all murky or cloudy. But if you're the type of person that wants to get your fish in there right away, you don't like waiting for the cycling process, two things you need to do. Number one, you need to dechlorinate your water. Tap water has tons of chlorine and fluoride and heavy metals from the pipes that deliver it to your house. You want to remove all those substances from the water that your fish are going to be living in. So we got here a chlorinator, which you can get from anywhere, any pet store, Petco, PetSmart. You can get the dechlorinator, water conditioner, however you call it, and follow the instructions on the bottle. The measurements are listed there for a reason, guys. You can't overdo it with the dechlorinator, but they put those measurements on the bottle for a reason. Also, again, if you want to get your fish in the tank right away, get you some beneficial bacteria. This also you can get from PetSmart or Petco, anywhere. Both of which are fairly cheap. They're not inexpensive. But make sure you get it. That way you can put the beneficial bacteria into your aquarium to help the cycling process and remove those high levels of toxic ammonia out of your fish water. Again, guys, remember, high levels of ammonia will kill your fish. All right, so what we're gonna do is just take both of these solutions and I've already measured them out, so we're gonna just dump them right in the water. Doesn't take a lot. Just pour it right in there. Let it cycle for a bit. You're good to go. Thank you guys for tuning in today to my video. It's my very first one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But please keep tuning into my channel, Fish Aquarium Depot. My name is Bay. Let me give a shout out to fishaquariumdepot.com, from which I run. I am an affiliate through this website. It carries everything from fish aquariums to filters to supplies, accessories, even live fish, all of which I earn a small commission of if you purchase any items. So check out that website, fishaquariumdepot.com. Also subscribe if you like this, like down at the bottom below here. Also subscribe so that we can keep this thing going. I got a lot of ideas for you guys, a lot of new videos coming up. The next video I'm doing is episode 2 of this one, where we're going to be adding live plants to this aquarium, followed by fish keeping and tank maintenance videos. A lot in store for you guys, so please keep watching, stay tuned, and I will see you next time. Peace.